Welcome back. We're on page 3 now, problem 7. And this guy, Bob, found a recipe on the internet to make a terrible drink concoction. He's going to make 100 ounces of a 25% alcohol drink for a party by mixing some 3% alcohol Bud Light with some 40% alcohol cheap skate ski vodka. To the nearest ounce, how much of it then, and that would be a hint that we're going to round off. How much of each ingredient should he waste on this mess? That probably nobody will drink. Yuck. We want to see a table. If you want to see a table, like we did a few weeks ago, I guess maybe more than a month ago, we'd have the amount column, percent strength column, and then the amount of alcohol. X ounces at 3%. That would be 3% of those ounces would represent the amount of alcohol. Y ounces of the 40% vodka, 40% of that, or 0.40 Y, would be the number of ounces of alcohol present there. Add these together, you could say they add up to X plus Y, but we know that it was 100 ounces altogether, or it's going to be 100 ounces altogether, so X plus Y has to equal 100. And the target strength is 25%, so the amount of alcohol in the finished concoction will be 25% of 100, which would be 25 ounces. So if we come back over here, and it's not necessary to make the table unless you feel you want to. But back here, here's my setup. I'm using X for the ounces of 3% stuff, Y for the ounces of 40% stuff. So my easy to get equation would simply be X plus Y has to equal 100. We said 100 ounces altogether. Okay. The alcohol from the 3% part, that's 0.03 X. And then the alcohol from the 40% part, that's 0.40 Y. That would equal the total alcohol in the result, 25% of the 100 ounces, which would be 25 ounces. So there's the setup. Now it looks just like one of those interest problems we did on the preceding page. If I take this top equation and multiply by negative 0.03, the opposite of that smaller decimal, I'll get negative 0.03x, negative 0.03y, and negative 3. Just copy the second equation, 0.03x plus 0.40y equals 25. And then when we add the columns, this disappears, as was the plan. This, we get 0.37y equals negative 3 and 25, that's 22. So now if I put this in the calculator, 22 divided by 0.37, so I'm making a wiggly equal sign because I'm going to round off. 22 divided by 0.37, 59, let's call it 59.5. Well, I'm sorry, in the words, does say to the nearest ounce, so we would round this to 59. Okay, so that's 59 for Y. Y was the vodka, so 59 ounces of the vodka. And if I write X plus 59 equals 100, you know, that top equation, subtract 59 from both sides, I get 41 ounces of Bud Light. Gross, but that's how that breaks down. Okay, I'm going to stop this and do a separate video for the bottom problem.